The first step to curing cabin fever is acquiring a Pringles can and 2 Pringles lids. So, while you eat your Pringles, enjoy this movie that will take you through the math behind the making of a kaleidoscope.
To help us show the math behind it, we're going to use Sketchpad. Start by creating a circle in the middle of your page, and then using the segment tool, construct a triangle like so, with one leg sticking outside of the circle, another connecting to the edge of the circle, and then connecting the 2 legs of the triangle. We then would like to drop a vertical line down from the center of the circle, and we're going to label this line our mirror. This is going to be used as our reflection point. At this point in time, we are going to hide the circle as it is no longer needed to help us construct our triangle. Now, we would like to make this portion of the triangle a dashed line, so selecting the line and right-clicking, choose dash, and then we would like to make this small portion of the triangle dashed as well. So by creating another segment, we are going to recreate the segment on the left portion of the triangle, selecting it, we're going to right-click and make that solid, and now we have 2 dashed lines where we would like them. Double-clicking on our mirror to ensure that it is the point of reflection, we would like to select our mirror line and the left-hand portion of our original triangle, go to Transform, Reflect, and we would like to continue to change our point of reflection as we create more and more triangles about our original point. Once we created a few reflections, we would like to know what type of angle will create what type of star. So selecting this portion of your triangle and your mirror, go to Measure, Angle. This angle measurement will allow us to determine the exact degree angle that will create, in this case, a 4-pointed star, which is a 45-degree angle. Creating more reflections and adjusting the angle will allow you to notice a pattern that will be created. Using Excel, we can see the relationship between the number of points and the degrees of the angle. The number of points times the degree is equal to 180. So a 2-pointed star is created off a 90-degree angle. A 3-pointed star is created off a 60-degree angle, and so on.
Now that we've learned some of the math behind the kaleidoscope, we can actually start making ours. So you now have your empty can of Pringles, your 2 Pringles lids. You also need some cardboard, as well as a shiny piece of poster board, and then you need cereal box material, and then you also need some beads so that we can have some color in our kaleidoscope. Using what we learned from the math portion about our kaleidoscope, the coolest triangle we can form within our Pringles can is a 30, 60, 90. The 90-degree corner of our triangle will have 2 reflections, our 60-degree triangle will have 3, and our 30-degree angle will have 6 reflections. We're now going to hop over to Sketchpad to see how we can model the triangle that will need to be created inside of our Pringles can.
Start by drawing a circle that will model the opening of your Pringles can in Sketchpad. Then create the diameter, which is modeled as SW in this image. You would then like to create the angled lines SV and WV off of your diameter so that a 30, 60, 90 triangle will be made. Then measure each leg of the triangle in centimeters so that you can have the closest length possible when cutting your strips out of the cardboard and your shiny poster board.
Once we've found our lengths in Sketchpad, we can start cutting out our pieces of regular cardboard, of cereal board, and of our shiny pieces of poster board. Once your shiny pieces of poster board have been cut out, you would like to glue them onto cereal box boards and let those dry. You then can take your Pringles can and you can start putting in your cardboard pieces. Start with the piece that will represent the diameter of your triangle and then move along to your next largest piece until the only piece left is the smallest leg of your triangle. Some adjustment may need to be made to ensure that your triangle is actually formed correctly. The use of a protractor will help to make sure that the angles within your triangle are accurate. While your poster board is still gluing onto your cereal box, you can take a sharp nail and poke a hole in the bottom of your Pringles can. This will act as your sight hole through your kaleidoscope. You want to ensure that it is poked into the center of your triangle so that you can get the best image possible when looking through. At this point in time, if the glue is still not dried, you can move on to the beads that will need to be placed inside of your two lids. You'll also need a roll of masking tape to secure the lids together. We still would like our lid to go onto our Pringles can, so what we are going to do is we're going to have one lid go onto the Pringles can, and then our second lid is going to pretend that it's going on the Pringles can as well. And that's how we would like to attach our two covers. To make it a little easier on us, take the first lid off the can and flip it over. Now that we have both lids off our cans, we're going to lie our first lid down on the table, and taking our cup of beads, we're going to pour all of the beads into the lid. We are then going to settle them out. Taking our second lid, we are going to place it on top and create a sandwich. We will then run our masking tape around the outside of it to secure the two covers together. Now that we have our two lids taped together, we would like to look at it and rotate it to make sure that all the beads move smoothly. You may need to do some trial and error in this section once your kaleidoscope is together to ensure that enough light will make it through to create the reflections that you would like. The last stage now that our mirrors are dry is to put everything together. So once again, start with the longest leg of your triangle and slide it into the triangle in your kaleidoscope. Then go to the next biggest piece, slide that in, making sure that they're nice and snug because you want to form the correct angles. Slide in your last piece of your triangle. If need be, take out a protractor to ensure that your angles are still accurate. And finally, take your sandwich cover of beads, snap it in place, look up into a light, and enjoy your kaleidoscope.